Going on, y'all? Anybody there? My first time going live over here, waiting to get loaded, man. Can y'all hear me? Anybody there? Yeah, the last video y'all seen me going up north, and I was in upstate New York, and then the video then all of a sudden I was back in Texas. Well, the reason why that happened was because man, God just been looking out for me. So what had happened is that my medical card was coming up. That time to renew my medical card, and I had and also at the same time I got a email from our clearinghouse company that we're signed up with, and they said I need a random. So whenever I got that email, I started looking for a place to take a random, right? And so I went to this urgent care, and I went in and I was gonna take a random, and they were like, "Oh well, we don't do randoms, but we do DOT physical." So I was like, "Well, let me go ahead and get the physical since I'm already here." And at this time, I knew that my medical card needed to be renewed in October, but I didn't realize that it expired on the 5th, and this was on the 3rd. And so I was like, well, let me go on ahead and get the physical. So I had got the physical, and then later on that night, I went on the DPS website and checked my medical card, and I was like, it expires on the 5th. So I went and I tried to upload. I sent it an email to the Texas DPS, and then I got a notification saying that it could take up to 10 days, and for it to be processed. And then I also read that if you let it expire, that you got to take the test again, the knowledge and the skills test. So anyways, man, I was like, dang. So I sent my wife. I mailed the medical form to my wife, and I sent it to her, and I told her to take it up to the DPS office. And when she did that, she called me back and said that I have to do it. They told her that I have to be the one up here. I'm in New York, so So I drove down here. So that's the reason why I didn't have any loads coming. Y'all didn't see any loads coming back. But we got it taken care of, and but my point is that whenever I took the physical, I wouldn't have had action to drive back in time if I hadn't have taken that physical whenever I did. And my point is that whenever I took that physical, I wasn't even aware that it was, you know what I mean, that my medical card was about to expire like that. So He was looking out for me and making a way when I didn't even realize that, a way needed to be made. But yeah, so that was that, man. I had to cancel a pretty good load, picking up in south of Syracuse, coming down to Virginia. But that ain't no thing. We don't cry about no load. But yeah, I guess ain't nobody tuned in. Maybe I might try this out later at a better time to see if somebody wants to pop in.